Alright, first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of great men, so that surely do it well. Peace and blessing goes out there to the sincere brethren who are come spread out through the four corners of this world, that continue to push this word daily in all sincerity and with all diligence. This is your brother Martina here, member of the Great Millstone Camp in Trinidad, coming to another lesson to edify the Lord's flock, to go into prophecy, and link the things that we see in the world today with the scriptures. Even though some people through propaganda and misinformation believe that the Bible is just a made-up book, but we know otherwise. This is from TR. This is an article from TRT World. It says Trump designates Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization. The executive order alleges that the movement uses illegal means to organize a campaign of violence to achieve its goals. While that have nothing to do with us, it's a step towards, banning us from going out there and preaching, and even calling us a domestic terrorist organization or hate group or movement because of the things that we push concerning the fall of Babylon, which you would say doomsday prophecy, which he himself calls us the prophets of doom, which I believe it doesn't have anyone else that prophesy that the downfall or the destruction of America besides the Israelites. So he was speaking about us, and better believe it have nothing that takes place in the States. No movement, no major movement, no major organization could form, and they don't pay attention to it, especially when it's against a lot of the views and a lot of the against their philosophy or against their country. So they know about us. They know about us, and all these little movements are just things that they're putting into place, just like with the mark. They didn't just bring everything one time, drop it like a bomb. No, they did think gradually, so that it's more like a psychological warfare, so that they could get you to call or beg or ask for the mark, instead of them just bringing it and dropping it on you and you just outright refuse it. Instead, what they do through gradualism, they introduce the chip in the cards, and then the payment through your phones. So you're getting accustomed. They actually grooming it to be independent of cash, because that's what the mark really is about. A cashless society where everything is being done through that mark. But I'm not stray too much. It says U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive order designating the Antifa movement as a domestic terrorist. Let me just look up Antifa. It says a political protest movement comprising autonomous groups affiliated by their militant opposition to fascism and other forms of extreme right-wing ideology. Is basically anti-fascist. And it have groups out here who believe that Esau set up, that push that same kind of militant way or form or method of preaching the word, which that is totally unnecessary, because the Lord told us to be what? To be harmless as dove, to be wise as serpents. Let me get that scripture real quick. Matthew 10:16, it says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." So there ain't no need for us to be acting all militant. There ain't no need for us to have sticks at camp. There ain't no need for us to behave in a hostile manner or behavior because we're going out there as prophets. We're not going out there as scriptures in Jeremiah 16. So Jeremiah 16 and verse 16, it says, "Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them." You know what? For context sake, I'll read from verse 15. From verse 14. It says, "Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt." Because that is who we say now, the God of the Israelites that redeemed them from the land of Egypt. But verse 15, "But the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land, and that I gave unto their fathers." And that land of the north is USA, aka Babylon the Great. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. Who them? The children that he gonna bring again from the land of the north and from the lands that they been scattered throughout the four corners of the world. Saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. "And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks." So that fishing period is now, where the Lord spake of the parable of the let's know. It's in Matthew 13 and verse 47. It says, "Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea, which he sees the world, and gathered of every kind, which when it was full, they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into the vessels, but cast the bad away. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angels shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just." So the net in this case would be the truth that draw in a lot of men. It says, "and gathered of every kind." So you would have the good, it would have the bad, the just, the unjust, the froward, and when that time reach for deliverance, when the time of deliverance reach, the angels would deliver the just or the elect and cast away the bad. So we in that time of fishing, we're not at that time of hunting yet. So therefore there isn't any need for us going out into the highways and byways being armed with weapons and swords or guns or wherever the case is. But they will use these scams at doing that kind of madness, pushing that kind of imagery to do the same thing that they did to this group here, Antifa. Call them a domestic terrorist organization. You see? And that is why we know these men not wise. These men, the Lord not dealing with these men. I mean, they have some of the truth, but to be making that move shows that the Lord didn't really give them the understanding and the wisdom required to be blameless out here. Or they just get paid off, which we believe that is the case with some of them. But bring this precept here. Hosea. No, not Hosea. Amos. There's Amos 8 and verse 11. It says, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, Selak, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And it might seem like a light thing now. If we come off the streets, it might seem like a light thing now. But wait until that dragon ready to blow fire. then they're gonna wanna fucking find out what these men were saying. What these men were saying again? These men were speaking the truth. This man is really the devil. This man is really wicked. When he started bring down them that rule, that tyranny upon them. But it's gonna be too late at that point in time. But those days are approaching. Those days quickly approaching because they clamp down more and more on free speech, on open views, on end time teachings. That's not, they might just completely ban the Bible because it have a lot of destructive, prophecies in it. So they might just get rid of the Bible and done. And then they clamping down on the channels on YouTube. Certain words you can't say. They could pass strike on the channel, and then after a while, when you accumulate enough strikes, they just completely dissolve your channel. So the time is approaching for that. But we see this is the direction that they're heading. Just now we're gonna be the Hebrew Israelites. It wouldn't be Antifa and it wouldn't be these other groups out there. It would be the Hebrew Israelites because we are their main problem. They know these other groups, Antifa and this left-wing group and this right-wing group, is not their main problem. Their main problem is the Hebrew Israelites waking up and finding out things that they tried very hard to keep from us. So that is their own goal. So with that, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akakodash, Tabanas unto the apostles and the elders of the so that surely do well. Peace and blessings again unto the Akim, scattered through the four corners of this world. Until next time, I say Shalom.